Good morning, everybody. I'm Lori Reeser, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and it's my pleasure to be able to introduce our speaker to you today. I love my job, and I really believe I have one of the best jobs on campus because of students like Aman. Amanpreet Sehra is a first-generation Punjabi American studying finance and real estate in her third year at UW-Madison. She is captain of Wisconsin's School of Bhangra, which is UW's folk Punjabi dance team. Aman also co-leads the nonprofit Sikh Teens, which she'll tell you a little bit more about. Aman became an Interfaith Fellow with UW's Center for Interfaith Dialogue this past year, and I had the opportunity to meet her and other fellows last fall. The Interfaith Fellows are a team of passionate community organizers, proud of their diverse faith practices, eager to learn, and to build bridges with others. Our center director, Dr. Yolich Rosenhagen, said Aman stands out as an intellectually creative person who champions diversity and difference. In conversations with others, he said she artfully balances the complexities of interfaith identities by focusing on shared values. Aman is known at the center for her unparalleled ability to talk with others whose viewpoints are different than her own. She listens before she speaks. She communicates gracefully. She regularly practices humility and tolerance in an ever more difficult environment. She is truly the product of a successful educational experience, which happens both inside and outside the classroom. Here to share her UW-Madison story with you, her love for the School of Business, her cultural heritage, and building community, I'm proud to welcome Amanpreet Sehra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here today to share my story. My path to UW-Madison begins with the Wisconsin public school system. Although I was born in California, the only place I remember growing up is Wisconsin. I went to elementary school in Brookfield and graduated from Franklin High School near Milwaukee. Watching my parents navigate their own business growing up, it inspired my interest in business, and naturally, the Wisconsin School of Business was the place I wanted to go to get the education I wanted and stay close to home. So the decision to apply to Madison was easy in that sense, but I just had one hangup: reliving my childhood experience. Growing up in a predominantly white area, it taught me about keeping parts of my identity hidden. While I never directly experienced any racism, I always felt like I didn't quite fit in because of my skin color. It felt like people only saw me for the color of my skin and made assumptions about who I was as a person. If my culture or religion, Sikhi, was ever brought up in class, it was questions like, in India, do they have blank? Do you have to get an arranged marriage? What is in that kid's hair wrap? Now, looking back at these questions, I can tell that these speak more to my own classmates' ignorance, but as a girl in high school, I had just wished somebody would ask me about our pretty clothing or something. My religion crashed into the spotlight in the summer of 2012 when a white supremacist walked into the Oak Creek Gurdwara, a place where the Sikh community worships, and shot 6 civilians. I had known for a long time that the first victim of a hate crime after 9/11 was a Sikh man wearing a turban, yet that felt distant. The Oak Creek Gurdwara is a 10-minute drive from my house, and at the time that we got the call to turn on the news, my family and I were getting ready to go to the Brookfield Gurdwara, a neighboring Gurdwara. I knew I was safe, but the victims could have so easily been my parents or my uncle, a turban man himself. I realized the only way to move forward was to find support in the Sikh community that I had and to educate others about what it truly meant to be a Sikh. I was a junior in high school when the COVID lockdowns were announced in March of 2020. The first 2 thoughts I had were, 1, what was the point of me even making the varsity lacrosse team the day before? And 2, no more Camp Sikh Versa. This camp is held twice a year with the purpose of connecting Sikhs with each other and inspiring them to learn from each other at a young age. With the world shutting down, my camp friends and I, being teenagers, had a lot of questions, and the answers that we were getting were not adequate. This inspired us to start Sikh Teens, a nonprofit organization aimed at, with the purpose of connecting Sikhs through storytelling. The success of the group taught me that I could build the community I wanted through my own by my own efforts instead of trying to fit in. I'd shared this experience in my college applications and was thrilled when UW-Madison affirmed that they agreed. I couldn't wait to get started. Now, as a junior reflecting back on my time here at Madison, my involvement with the Wisconsin School of Business, the South Asian community, and the Center for Interfaith Dialogue have been central to my growth here. The first class I ever attended here at Madison was Gen Biz 100. It was my first experience in the business school, and since then, I have been one of the biggest fans. The professors, the clubs, the finance lab, the multicultural center, in my opinion, make it the best school at this institution. The finance major in me got to achieve her investment banking dreams through its extensive network of alumni, the Investment Banking Club, and the school's partnership with the Access Distributed Fellowship. I've learned over the years that this community of Badgers is one of the most supportive and will do anything to help you accomplish your goals. On the other hand, I have also met so many other students just like me in the South Asian community here. Being a part of the Sikh Student Association and the Wisconsin School of Bhangra, it truly feels like my culture is being appreciated here. Around campus, people know of who Sikh students are who wear their turbans proudly. And Dean of Students, Christina Olsterd, made us feel seen and appreciated on campus by talking to us about our experiences, about what it meant to be a Sikh student here at Madison during their Badger Dialogue sessions. UW School of Bhangra is recognized for our colorful uniforms and bold dancing. Kids in my class even know about our team without me having to explain anything to them. Finally, the Center for Interfaith Dialogue has allowed me to celebrate our different religious identities. When Ulrich Rosenhagen, director of the center, asked me to be a fellow, I was ecstatic because I wanted to be able to connect with others about a topic that I feel like we do not talk about enough. Our focus this semester was on trying to focus on establishing a foundation of what this center's position on campus would be. But soon we realized our focus would be on understanding how we stayed connected through trauma and grief. This semester, the spotlight was on Palestine and Israel. While I haven't personally been affected by the war, my roommate is Muslim. My classmates are Jewish and Muslim, and our entire Madison community has felt the weight of these events. Many of us were struggling with how to continue on in our daily lives, while on our social media feeds, we were seeing stories and images of what was happening on the ground. It was during these times that we realized, as a center, we must come together in support of each other and be open to conversation and connection, especially during a time of need. As a campus community that has been in the middle of many different political movements, we all have responsibility towards the actions of our institution. If there is anything that I have learned over the past 3 years, it is that this is the definition of community. We all have our own personal unique identities, but above all, are members of our community. We have a responsibility to not only think of ourselves, but to understand our neighbors and to consider how our actions and decisions affect them as well. Whether advocating for change or fostering empathy, our actions ripple through the fabric of our community, shaping the experiences of those around us. As we navigate the complexities of our identities and the world at large, let us continue to uphold the values of unity, understanding, and compassion. In conclusion, my journey here at UW-Madison has been marked by growth, resilience, and a deep sense of community. As I look ahead, I am filled with gratitude for the connections and opportunities that have enriched my college experience. Together, let us strive to build more bridges, celebrate diversity, and a more inclusive future. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to my story here at Madison, and I hope for future Badgers, they get to share the same deep sense of community that I have experienced here. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanpreet. And I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking a question or two from
Yeah, of
board
course.
members. All right, anyone? I think the finance community is going to be very lucky to have you. You
Thank
are the
you.
whole package, definitely. Anybody? All right. Yes, Regent Underly.
I just wanted to say thank you for for what you shared with us, but also also sharing your love for Wisconsin's public schools too, and how they made you into what you are today. And you're just a shining example of all that's really good. So thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Yes, Regent Weatherly.
You talked about your parents' small business having an influence on your aspirations, where you've ended up here, in the business school. Any ideas on how we can introduce entrepreneurship to more students? So you had the good fortune of seeing your parents up close and personal, but for students that don't have that opportunity, or for the peers that you see, any ideas for us?
Yeah, definitely. I think this year, I'm not too sure about the program and who it's led by, but I know at the business school, there's a lot more efforts for entrepreneurship and promoting that, especially. I know we get a lot of different emails about events held with alumni who have started their own businesses, how they have started it themselves. And there's also different events and conferences that we get to go to that allow us to meet other students who have dreams of starting their own business or want to get involved. And it's a way where we can really connect. It actually happened this past Monday. And it's a way that you can just learn about others, learn about what they want to do. If you want to be a part of a team, you can go and connect with people who you like their ideas that they have. So I think currently the business school is doing a really good job of trying to promote that. And I think in the future, if we just focus, if there's some focus or ways to grant money towards ideas, especially, I think that's going to be really the way that's going to push the startup community there. But I think right now they're off to a great start.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, thank you again for your time and your great presentation.
Yes, of course. Thank you.